Let me bring in now our next guest, Helin Sari Ertem. She's an associate professor of international relations at Istanbul Medeniyet University. Thank you so much for being with us on the program on this very momentous occasion.
It's my pleasure.
We are marking one of the most important events in Turkish history, aren't we? Looking at these pictures, these live pictures out of Istanbul here, how does it make you feel?
Well, with every single hour that's passing here, I think our joy and excitement, enthusiasm for the new century of Turkey is rising, which is a wonderful feeling, I should admit, because all of us were actually trying to see the parade, the ships, the air show outside, and it was wonderful. So we are the generation who went through all these beautiful ceremonies in the past, so we have this very strong nationalistic feeling inside. I think we got the same taste outside today, trying to see all these jets and ships. Well, it was a wonderful feeling, I should admit.
I think this is the most prestigious ceremony that we've seen yet in Turkish history. It's very fitting for the 100th anniversary of the Republic of Türkiye. All right, let's dive right in here. I want to talk to you a bit about the developments in the past couple of years in Turkey regarding many issues, whether it be economically, whether it be in the education sector, whether it be in its foreign policy. I think foreign policy is one of the most important, though, given Turkey's geopolitical stance, isn't it?
Yeah, geopolitical stance is a strength, but at the same time, if you cannot cleverly use it, it can be a kind of disadvantage for the nation. So it's very important to plan, to organize, and to have a clear vision for the future. And at the same time, traditionally, Turkish foreign policy, as I said before, is based on a balance of power strategy. From time to time, we might be seeing a rising tension, whether this is inside the country or outside our country, in the region or at global level. I think the most significant characteristics of the Turkish foreign policy traditionally is its resilience, as I said in the previous bulletin, its strength to keep the balance of power strategy, because we are a rising middle power, which is very significant in its region, which has the strength to affect the regional policies and to a certain extent to affect the global policies of great powers as well. So it's a long journey of 100 years, and I think we hopefully have long future ahead of us.
As you say that, the one quote that plays in my mind that has now become a famous quote of the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is "Dünya beşten büyüktür," which he said at the United Nations, which translates to "the world is bigger than five." Are we really moving into a new geopolitical structure where the world is actually bigger than five?
Yeah, it will be, and we will hear that sentence or similar sentences, slogans, messages much more in the coming future, because there is an objection from the others, and we are among the others especially. Why others? Because we dominantly see the Western powers in general, and unfortunately the Western powers sometimes they don't have the capacity to understand the needs and the requirements, security requirements of the other states, such as Turkey. For that reason, I think that a new century of Turkey is getting started, but at the same time, a new, let's say, century, a period is also rising for the rest of the world, because Global South is rising its voice, its objection to the existing system. And I guess the United States even understood that the existing system is not enough to satisfy all these countries' needs. And I think they have to be in a position to listen to these countries' needs much more.
I think that's become more and more evident, especially with the war in Gaza currently unfolding, because we are seeing that objection from the public in these Western countries to the policies that these Western nations have had. For example, them not calling for a ceasefire yet has angered the public. And we're seeing that same sentiment from Erdogan as well, especially in the last couple of speeches he made regarding the situation in Gaza.
It is very important for Turkey to be the voice of those people who are oppressed, like the people in Gaza or in Palestine in general, or any other nations all around the world. So it is an important mission. But at the same time, I guess Turkey's strength, Turkey's talent and advantage will be in its position of keeping the reasonable mind, thinking cleverly, and to keep this balance of power, because this is a unique position for Turkey. Turkey is in the conjuncture of many different continents, cultures, identities, but at the same time, I think if it can cleverly use it, this is a very important advantage to tell the rest of the world that the world is changing and we want to be among the leading countries of this new world.
So as the world changes,
Yeah.
what do you expect from the next 100 years of the Republic of Türkiye?
Well, as a middle power, let's say rising regional middle power, Turkey will be strengthening its position at the international level. At the same time, I think its unique side is not to choose sides, but to represent all sides in a peaceful way, in a very clever way. We don't have to make choices between the West and the East. This is a kind of dilemma for Turkey. It's been a dilemma for 100 years. Either you are from the West or from the East. We don't have to make choices, I guess. And maybe in the new world, we should not think about the West or the East, but the world in general, because we are talking about global problems like global climate change, which is important. And I guess Turkey will be doing something very good if it can and will, I believe, focus on global challenges, global security threats, which will affect all humanity.
All right. Helin Sari Ertem,
That's right.
Professor, thank you so much for being with us here on TRT World and marking this very momentous occasion with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.